I'm Jim Combs. I'm the current serving chairman for the employer support of the Guard and Reserve program here in California. I appreciate you pausing for a few minutes to listen to a perspective from the current serving chair if you're exploring the possibility of becoming my replacement, which I truly hope that you are. So to help you out with that decision, I think the first thing you need to know is I've just completed 6 years in this role, which is frankly statutorily as long as I can serve as a chairman. That probably tells you something right there. It's highly rewarding working with people that share your values, that are dedicated to improving the well-being of our country and the reservists that serve there, and helping out the employers so they can assist those reservists continuing their service to our country. I can think of no higher calling personally, and that's why I've enjoyed it so much. But you probably need to know a little bit more about what you're getting into, so I'll try to give you just some of the highlights. The first thing I'll point out is the Employer Support the Guard and Reserve is a Department of Defense organization. And as a volunteer, you become a non-paid employee of the Department of Defense. In that capacity, you will be charged to lead approximately 270 volunteers throughout California, and a whole covey of extraordinary volunteer leaders who really do carry the ball for the committee. Your particular function will be ensure that we are in compliance with the national objectives, goals, and strategy. In addition to that, you'll be asked to communicate extensively with your volunteers, with the employers of reservists, and with the reservists themselves here in California. So how big a chore is that? Well, interestingly, California has the largest number of serving reservists in the country. We average around 56,000 reservists here in California, located at all branches of the service: the Navy, the Marines, the Army, the Coast Guard, the National Guard, both Army and Air, and soon we'll have the Space Force reservists as a part of our team. So in your capacity as chair, your primary mission is to resolve challenges that are facing the reservists who are seeking to continue to serve, and they may be experiencing some challenges with their employers. So our primary objective is to strengthen that bond between the reservist and the employer. And we do this in a lot of different ways. The first primary way is we recognize employers who are stepping up to take care of their reserve employees. We help the employer by educating them on the policies and programs, providing a channel of communication between the military community and the business community. And in addition, we provide them a number of resources in terms of documents and pamphlets and programs to facilitate the full integration of the Guard and Reserve as part of their diversity affirmative action programs. And as it relates to our Guard and Reservists, we have volunteers that are dedicated to deliver programs to them as well that assist in their readiness, whether it's seeking a job, meeting a family obligation, or wanting to step out and express their appreciation to their employers. We will facilitate all aspects of this for our Guard and Reserve members throughout California. In addition to this, the importance of it can't be overstated. Why? Because the Guard and Reserve now constitute nearly 50% of the total deployable strength of the Department of Defense. This is a huge part of the mission. And if we don't get that right, then we put in jeopardy our national defense. But in addition to that, we must have our reservists immediately available for such crises as our recent COVID-19 infections. That virus is being dealt with the National Guard and Reserve members throughout California. And this is typical of an organization that is called upon for any kind of a crisis. And in the past here in California, it's the full gamut. It's landslides, it's earthquake response, it's dam failure response. It is, you name the disaster or problem, and you'll find that the Guard and Reserve are immediately called upon to stabilize the situation and meet the needs of our citizenry and our businesses. I can think of no more higher purpose or greater calling than to be in a position where, as a chair, to provide support to our volunteers, to those men and women in the Guard and Reserve that serve faithfully and are dedicated to that mission, and to the employers that are a key partner in enabling the flexibility and the support needed for them to feel comfortable that they can sustain their civilian careers while also maintaining their military readiness and capability. No easy chore, I grant you that, but you are going to be shoulder to shoulder with tremendous military leaders in the reserve components and our business leaders who are anxious to develop that partnership and bring together an environment where our Guard and Reserve can flourish. And you're going to be backed up with some of the most fantastic leaders we have throughout California serving as volunteer leaders. So, in my view, it can't get more fulfilling than that. And I hope that you'll take the steps necessary to become a candidate for the chairman's position here in the state of California. You'll find it a tremendously rewarding journey. I wish you the best. Thank you.